Welcome to the second chapter. Basically, this chapter is all about dividing sectors into Indian economy, and it is very interesting chapter. So we'll be concentrating on few things in this video and continuously doing with multiple videos as our process itself. So every video doesn't lag more than 10 minutes. So just because you get some feeling of motivation that I have completed this video, I'm just breaking them into chunks. So every chapter will be discussed, every book will be completed usually in 2 hours. So don't worry about that. Let's see how the sectors of economy, we are dividing the sectors of Indian economy. Economy is a particular thing where there will be multiple sectors, and we can divide them using multiple criteria, right? For example, we divide humans as per gender, we divide humans as per their race, we divide humans as per their citizenship. We can divide humans in multiple ways. Similarly, the sectors of Indian economy can be also divided into in multiple, using multiple criteria there. So to study, we divide activities into groups. Basically, whatever the activity is done, first I have to tell you about the what is an activity. Activity is nothing but whatever you do, either you produce or you consume or you buy or you sell something, anything, any activity, whatever you do in the market is called a activity as per the economy. And any activity can be divided into groups. Sector is nothing but we are dividing multiple activity, we are bunching them into one sector, which means that, for example, if I take production of this apple pencil, apple pencils can be bunched into one sector. And then apple iPads can be bunched into one sector, iPhones can be bunched into one sector, laptops can be bunched into one sector. I hope you understood the concept behind the sector meaning. They are nothing but groups, right? So firstly, we are going to bunch them in the sense we are going to group them as per the nature of the work. So this is what the nature of the work. So nature of the work, in the sense I am writing here nature of the work. Let me not write this. Yeah, we are going to bunch them with the nature of the work first. So first I'm going to talk about agriculture and related sector. Why agriculture and related sector? They exploit the natural resource. We have discussed already in the 9th class, but we are discussing again here. This is called the primary sector, where we exploit a natural resource. If the work itself, if the work by definition itself exploits some kind of a natural resource, then it is grouped into primary sector. I hope you understood what is a primary sector. Natural resource exploitation is very much important to put it in a primary sector. For example, agriculture, you take production of cotton, we are exploiting the natural resources here. And then dairy, milk, which is we are exploiting a biological resource, which is also a natural resource. And then fishing, of course, definitely animal husbandry, fishing. And forestry, minerals and ores, exploring minerals and ores and digging and all this and all is punched into primary sector. Then the next kind of sector which we are going to discuss is secondary sector. What is secondary sector? It is also called as industrial sector. Industrial sector means you have exploited the natural resources. Now the next sector that natural resource which is exploited will be going into industrial phase. This is what the primary sector, and this is secondary sector. So I hope you understood what is secondary and what is industrial sector. So this is what natural products are changed the into other forms through ways of manufacturing. Manufacturing might be industrial or maybe with hands, maybe small industry or something like that. But even weaving a basket comes under secondary sector. Hope you understood. Weaving a basket, because you exploited bamboo there, in which comes under exploitation of bamboo, which comes under primary sector. But weaving a basket is that comes under secondary sector. That is what the secondary sector. I hope you understood what is industrial sector here. There no need to be big machines or technology or full length industry level image. You remove that from your brain. Hope you understood. For example, you make cotton and you make fiber from it, sugarcane and you get sugar or good from it. These things are called industrial. These things come under industrial sector or the secondary sector. Now I hope you understood. Now let's move to tertiary sector. What is tertiary sector? Now these two you understood. Okay, fine, it is fine. This is exploiting natural resource. This is moving to the next stage. And tertiary sector is something which is related to the same. Matlab related. And here we will be discussing. We will be doing something needed for the industrial sector or something needed for the primary sector. Something needed for the primary sector or something needed for the industrial sector. What are we doing here? We are not producing any goods here. We are not even manufacturing some goods here. We are servicing those goods. Industries need services, right? Industries need services. What kind of services? You need labor, you need factors of production, and factors of production ultimately again need services to produce. These are all things in the tertiary sector. Let's see what are them. And then what are those? See here. Transport, teaching, banking, IT, storage, final goods and services are counted. Uh, Whatever the final goods and services, these final goods and services, you observe like this, you take it like this. Every final goods and services need tertiary sector. Without the tertiary sector, final goods and services cannot be provided. Maybe some little points where industrial sector directly goes to selling is nothing but in the tertiary sector. So without selling you cannot do anything. So you produce and keep it in your godowns, so nothing happens. So that is, even storage is also in the tertiary sector. So no, whenever, if there is no primary plus secondary plus tertiary, you cannot produce and sell something. Hope you understood the whole concept now. Transport, teaching, banking, IT services. Basically, it is service sector. Without that, primary and secondary sector cannot run. Hope you understood. Now let's get to the one more point. So for calculating national income, we are getting back to the national income thing. For calculating national income, we will be adding only final goods and services. Hope you understood. Final goods and services. Only final goods and services, not intermediaries. Because see, intermediaries I'll add. For example, we'll consider this path, dairy path. Okay? In dairy, we'll be going with the milk. And then once we exploit the biological resource and produce milk, then we'll go into secondary sector where we'll preserve or packet them. And then once we are done with the secondary sector, we'll be selling that with the tertiary sector, which is selling basically, which is the business stages at tertiary sector. Now tell me, if I calculate milk income plus packeting plus selling, so we are, milk is milk at primary sector, right? And this is packeting, even we have milk here, even we have milk here. So the same item is counted thrice. Hope you understood. Same item is counted thrice. If you are, when we are calculating national income, when we are calculating national income, we are calculating milk thrice here. That should not be done. To avoid that, what we'll be doing is, while calculating national income, we'll be calculating only the price of final goods and services at the tertiary level or at business level. You consider it like this very easily, because business level you have the items. If someone sells this, then that particular item will be calculated at that particular person, whoever buys it. Hope you understood it. Intermediaries, if you do, then the double counting might happen. That is the biggest problem in this. So total production of a sector, how will we calculate? The value of final goods and services produced in each sector during an year. For example, primary sector I will be taking. Then primary sector, the production of cotton, it will be calculated as X. And then secondary sector, cotton, which is turned into fiber, it will be calculated as X. And then here transport or something we have done on that particular cotton, and that will be calculated as x3. This will be calculated as x2, consider it like this, and this will be calculated as x1. So x1 plus x2 plus x3, which is now becomes something called x total, and this have all the three items, the same item now counted thrice, right? This is very big problem in calculating a national income. So GDP is what, when you add x1 plus x2 plus x3, you will get GDP here. And that GDP, that is one problem which I have discussed with you. So final goods and services is what we'll be doing in each sector. That is a problem. Leave it aside. Now the gross domestic product is with the problem only. Sum of production across all three sectors is what the gross domestic product. Sum of production all across all three sectors is what the gross domestic product. GDP tells us how big is an economy. How big is an economy? Within a country, basically, for example, I am talking about gross domestic product, right? Gross domestic product. It's not about something else, it's about gross domestic product. So domestic means it is boundary, right? Whatever the Indian boundary you see, that is what we'll be discussing here. I hope you understood. It is about the boundary. So it is within a country. Gross domestic product is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3, where this is x1, x2, x3 are primary, secondary, and tertiary, the totals of primary, secondary, and tertiary. Hope you understood what is gross domestic product. And then gross domestic product tells us how big is an economy, and it is within a country which is domestic boundary, because it is itself, the name itself is domestic. Importance of sectors after manufacturing, basically, actually, countries, when we see at a macro level, countries move from one sector to another sector, which we'll be discussing in the next episode, because it becomes heavily concentrated in a one video. So we'll be moving this with the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do write your comments below whatever you have taken away from this video. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the next episode.